Put a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat real quickly. Put a one in the chat. Let me give you an update. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's an update. Here's an update. Infamous Sylvia uh, would have had appeared at the next bond hearing or first appearance this morning. However, the Clayton County has yet to receive her from Fulton County, and this is a result of a few things. One, the Fulton County system had been hacked last probably about this is probably the second week, and so as a result, they have been very meticulous in how they process all the inmates that are now in custody. The problem here is that Clayton County has up to 10 days to receive her, or they have to cut her loose at Fulton County. She's been I think she's been in jail for this will be her second day, her second day. So they have up to 10 days to receive her. And Fulton County, because of the obviously low manpower, they don't transport defendants from one county to the other. They wait for the county that the receiving county to pick her up. So what I'm being told is that she has yet to be transferred from Fulton to Clayton County. They have up to 10 days to receive her. And this is why I said that it would probably behooved her to had turned herself in the county. That way she could have got let out relatively quickly. But because of obviously the paperwork and the time, she may have to stay in jail over the weekend. So this is uh and I don't know if anyone followed my live, but I said that because she had to be extradited from one county to another, it takes time. They don't just arrest you and just to drive you from uh, North Georgia to South Georgia. They have a process in place, and now with the systems being down, it takes a little longer. There are people in Fulton County that have posted bond that have yet to be released, which is pretty crazy. So they have to do a lot of manual stuff, call around and just verify different things. They have to send fingerprints off. They have to make sure there's no outstanding warrants. So this is it's a process here, and unfortunately, from what I'm learning is that she did know she had a warrant. There was a representation to Newton County sheriffs that she was out of the country, and we all know that that was a bold-faced lie. Any event, this is not good. And here's the other problem: if the the detective that had sworn out the warrant make an issue about her getting a bond because of this representation that she was not in the country, does that now pose her being a flight risk? So these are things that people have to understand, that these things play out in the courtroom. They don't play out online. And then the representation by the daughter that they were being swatted. I don't know if that was a dog whistle being played out, but this is a reality. She did have knowledge of the uh the warrant and or the process service, and the daughter represented that she was out of the country. I don't know how many people think that could be a problem for her. I don't know. I don't know how many people think that that could be a problem. uh with that said, we can expect some type of update at the 6 o'clock, because I think there's a cutoff time for them to do a transport. I'll let you guys know the cutoff time. Right now, there's a hearing going on inside the courtroom for the possible removal of Fonnie Willis, the district attorney in Fulton County, as well as there's other witnesses going to be taking a stand today. So I'm going to keep you guys updated as soon as I tweet out. I don't know if I'm going to tweet this out. But I do have a Rule 22 in place to cover the hearing, and put a two in the chat if you guys don't want me to cover the hearing. Put a one in the chat if you do want me to cover the hearing, because it's a distance. It's a distance from where I'm at, and it's also a distance from the Fulton County Courthouse. But if I get a consensus, I will cover it. That's what I do. If you guys want me to cover it, I'll cover it. But I do put my paperwork in just in case. If you guys don't want me to cover the hearing, put a 2 in the chat. If you do want me to cover it, put a 1 in the chat, and then I'll cover it. So with that said, it looks like I'm getting a consensus to cover it. And for those who are asked, I will also let her use the content. I'm not selfish. I'll let her use the content. And I'll let everyone use the content because I'm not selfish. It's about sharing. Sharing, caring, and sharing. And I'm going to share. If you guys want to use the content, I'm going to let you guys use the content. Do as you must, what you will. I'm not going to put watermarks all over it. It's a news story. I'm a journalist, and that's my job. He's the only one that can't use it. He cannot use it. He cannot use it. That's antagonizing your the defendant, I guess. Uh Someone asked the question, if it was me, would I ask that question again? Phrase that differently. Phrase that question differently. And those who know, I've covered. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. This is a true story. This is a true story, and you can do your research. There was a well-known producer by the name of Shorty Red who represented, not represented, but he did a lot of songs for Jeezy. He did some of Young Jeezy's biggest songs. He had caught a murder case, and I was actually part of his media team at the time. I came in and covered his arraignment for murder. We've since removed the video, but Shorty Red will tell you he when he saw me in the courtroom with a big camera shooting it, he was like, "Wait a minute, this guy works for me." But I also work for the media. So to answer your question, it's not uncommon for me to cover these things, and unfortunately, it happens. It happens. All right, guys. I have about 5 minutes, and I'm going back in. I have five. Listen, 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes. Ask any questions you want. Uh, if you want me to drop the link, uh, I will. And make sure you follow Pam Esquire because she will be one of the people that'll know when I know. All right, guys. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me do a little house cleaning. Freaking troll. What a troll. What a troll. Hold on a second here. Who else I got over here? Hold on. Someone asked about Johns Creek. That's a distance from Fulton County. Who's in Johns Creek? That's a distance. You in the money section. I see what you're doing. I want those. I want what I want you guys to think about is why would she say she's out of the country? She's in the country. Why would this Christian woman lie like that? She says she's out of the country. She's in the country. She's covering her phone up. She's covering her phone up, but she's out of the country. But her car, did she take a car out the country with her? Because the car that she rides in was surely in the video that evening. And it appeared that she was in a hotel. She wasn't at her mother's house. It appeared that she was in a hotel because those look like hotel photos. So I don't know what that's about. Why abscond on a misdemeanor? Now, if you want it for murder or something like that, hey, I get it. Get on, keep it moving. But misdemeanor, they would have just literally gave you a court date. I mean, it's a trespass. The stalking is a problem. Let me explain something about the stalking. I think Pam can talk about this as well, or any one of the other lawyers. So if you got to miss, if you get charged with stalking, and we're gonna assume she's coming out soon, we're gonna assume that, uh, and then you stalk someone again or that individual, then that's aggravated stalking, and they're not bondable offenses. And aggravated stalking is not a bondable offense, at least not here in Georgia. So she has to be very careful how she moves. When she comes out, she got to be very careful. And if she gets a another report of a stalking, that's a problem. And I'm about to share some exclusive right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is exclusive. The air tag that was found on this individual's car came back to someone connected with Sylvia, a family member. And I don't know how that could be if she knew nothing about the tracker. That is a exclusive. The tracker was connected to a family member. So when you guys are speculating that possibly someone else did it, no. The first thing you have to conclude is if you got a detective involved, he's going to get a warrant to find out who is the owner or the purchaser of that tracker. So I'm giving you guys a little bit. I don't give you too much because I like to, just see. I like to wait. I like the people to jump out the window and assume things. And they'll say, "How did Byron know all this?" Because I'm an investigative reporter and I have connections. Just ask yourself, in what instance would a air tag being placed on an individual car, but it's connected to a family member of the accused? In what instance would that happen? Unless the other person was acting in concert or the accused did it without her knowledge or their knowledge. I just put their knowledge. Let's say that. So I want you guys to do just a little simple deduction. When you say it could have been him, it could have been him. When the tracker comes back to a family member, how do you explain that? And she might have an explanation. She might have an explanation. It's only one instance that I could think of where that could happen. There's only one instance that I can think of where that could have happened. And I don't know if anyone else has figured that out, but it's only one instance that I can conclude that would have happened, that a family member has a connection to the air tag that the accused is charged of and then it's placed on someone's car. There's only one instance I can think of that could happen. But again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not an attorney. Now, the other question is, who would benefit from putting a tracker on this guy's car? It would probably be anyone who has an issue with him. And I'm gonna say this: all that back and forth that I see you guys doing is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I've seen individuals catch cases on just with this whole YouTube stuff. But I guess who didn't catch a case? And they probably the most notorious one on the internet, Tasha K. She never caught a criminal case. So you guys are too invested in this foolishness, and you're doing too much. You're really doing too much. And there's other individuals that may also have an issue because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And I would agree with the commenter who said, I have zero to do with this. I don't listen. It's like, stop deflecting. Whatever issue I had with Sylvia is minute. It has nothing to do with the actions that Sylvia herself and maybe with other people putting a battery in her back, because when you do stuff like that, it's just weird. And I say there's no such thing as smart criminal. The criminals are dumb. They do dumb things. They don't think it all out. They don't understand that the criminal cycle is like it goes around in circles. It always comes back around. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, these crimes have been committed and they've been solved. They have databases in now to figure most of these crimes out. So there's no such thing as a perfect crime. There's no such thing as a perfect crime. It may look perfect in the moment, but when the thing that does settle, it's now a reality that, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. And if someone intentionally, I'm just putting this out there. If someone intentionally framed her, those things can be discovered as well. If someone intentionally framed her, those too can be investigated. So the pendulum swings both ways. But you would have to be a complete asshole to do something as ridiculous as that. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't think that even people with college degrees do stupid stuff every day. I listened to a hearing yesterday involving the district attorney of Fulton County. And without me giving too much commentary on it, I saw a lot of Harlem shuffling going on. I saw a lot of three-card Monte going on. I saw the shell game being played. You don't get to live as long as I live to not be able to detect when someone's running game. I saw a lot of game playing in this instance, as well as that instance. And this I'm referring to the whole infamous Sylvia situation. Well, here's the other problem. And this is important for you guys to understand. That woman said from her mouth to my ears that she had a tracker put in that man's car. She said that to me. And I said, look, come on, that's illegal, right? Then she said she was joking. So she obviously wasn't joking because it bare fruit. And I had no allegiance to keep that a secret because it was something that I sensed that was kind of diabolical about her. Something that I sensed was kind of diabolical. So what I said to the individual, Dana Jackson, I don't have nothing to hide. What I said to him, I said, just check your car and see if there's, is a track or anything on your car. Just check your car because I thought it was odd that she said it then, but I also know her little sister friend, and I'm not going to say that other individual's name because that other individual may be in trouble as well. I'm not going to say that individual's name because that's something else. That person's out of state. It's another conversation. But that individual was kind of assisting Sylvia in trying to get the guy served or whatever reason. I didn't even really get into it. She just needed some advice. And what I said, you hire yourself a private investigator, and that's how you deal with trying to to find someone. That's how you do it. So if you don't listen to the horse's ass, listen to the horse's mouth and what they say. So this is what I'm telling you is a fact. I can put my hand on the Quran, the Bible, and tell you this is what was told to me. Now, what those two individuals have going on is beyond me. I would have let that thing go already. If it's about a car, I mean, come on now. Is it really worth all this? Is it really worth all this? A car? Or is it more? Is it deeper than this? I don't know. I don't sit and watch other people's videos more than I try to create my own content. Which I got to do today. I had to shoot. I had to, I got the cameras loaded up. I had to be at two different places, and you guys got to follow my Twitter page. I will be tweeting. Uh, Make sure you follow after lunch. I get an update. You guys will have an update. I want you guys to be able to uh, at least take some of the information I gave you and perhaps do your own critical thinking. Someone reached out to me through Instagram. I'm not going to say their name. They said, "Man, I got an issue with him too. I got an issue with him too." Yo, deal with the whatever the issues are, but don't engage if you don't have to engage a person. Don't engage. You don't have to engage a person. You do what you do. Move in silence and get your handle your business the right way. Not way it's going to lead you to get charges. Not what's going to lead you to get charges. Here's another problem I want you guys to think about. Uh, do you think Fulton County is dragging their feet and releasing her? Did she do anything that may piss off a DA in Fulton County? Has she interfered with anybody cases in Fulton County? I want you guys to think about that for a second. Has she moved in a manner which would piss off a district attorney? Not the DA, but maybe people working on, in the DA's office. I mean, at the end of the day, uh, she doesn't move like journalists move. She moves on her own accord, and she does the things she does for whatever reasons. She pull up some people's businesses. She, she's doing she's she's doing a lot. That's all I can say. She's doing a lot. You know those deputies, they'll lose your folder. Oh, put it at the bottom of the pile. Well, it, it's in the Fulton County of all counties. She didn't do a crime in Fulton County. She got held up in Fulton County. She should have never showed up at the court. She should have went right and did what the detective said. Come in, talk to them, bring a lawyer, like you say, you got an attorney, and find out what it is. These are misdemeanor charges. But guess what? Stand by, guys. Stand by. Stand by. Might be a call waiting for standby. Apologize for the ringing. If I'm quiet. Who's this? Pat. Good. Let me call you right back. I'm on the call. I'll call you right back. Oh yeah. All right. All right. Listen, I'll send that. I'll call. Yeah, I'll call you right back. I'll call you right back. All right.
she shouldn't be nice to other men. Like if someone say hi, how
What the heck?
when a woman has a man, she shouldn't be nice to other men.
What the heck?
Like if someone say hi, how
When a woman has a man, she shouldn't be nice to other men. That's interesting. See, again, y'all got issues with with him. I have nothing to do with that. Nothing, zilch, zero. I don't know half the stuff you got going on. I don't, for real. I don't, and I really don't care. All right, guys, I gotta go. For real. For real. For real. For real. I appreciate you. I really do. Just make sure you follow the page so when and turn your notification on. So if I have anything update for you guys, I'll give you that update. But for right now, I will read the comments. Uh, by the way, for those who have left comments on any of the videos and you don't see them, it's because they're moderated. So don't make yourself a fool and leave comments, and they're going to just get, it's moderated. It is what it is. So you want to have fun, go to someone else's channel and play. This ain't the channel to play on. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out.